Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm filming the update for my project level up. Now I am a little bit early because next week I have 2 weeks off. I don't have to work and I'm gonna have to prepare for a weekend of Tomorrowland, which I'm so excited about. I'm sure it was amazing. When you're seeing this, I'm already back, but pretty sure it was phenomenal. But right now I'm preparing for that, and I figured I could film this. I could pre-film. Normally I pre-film about 10 days in advance, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks. I'm now filming about 3 weeks in advance, but last update we rolled in my level 1 and level 2 palette just so I had some time to work on those two, because that update was also filmed pretty early. I don't know, is this making any sense anymore? It doesn't really matter because you're just gonna see the monthly update. Just know that I've had a little longer to work on these two palettes, and again for next update I'm gonna have a little longer to be working on the palettes, but also I'm gonna have my holiday in between, in which I don't know how I'm gonna be makeup wise. It very well may be 2 weeks of barely anything except for the festival. Of course I will wear all of the glitter that I can get. So yeah, let's just go and check out my palettes. So for a level 1 I rolled in the Give Me Glow Summer Vibes palette. Normally I randomize pretty much according to season. I randomize my palettes, but this time I picked my palettes because I really wanted to work on these. And then for level 2 I picked the Beauty Bay Tropical palette. So let's just start with the palette for level 1. This one was, well, pretty much untouched. I don't want to say that, but I did not use it a whole lot. I have a get ready with me using this palette, like a first impressions, and that was about it. So I really wanted to work on this one, and this is what my palette is looking like. So I hope you can see that I did manage to hit a pan. I wasn't quite expecting it, but I'm happy that I did. So I'm gonna go over all of the shades and how many times I used them. I'm gonna put my sticky note the other way around so I can read it. So starting with this shade right here, I used this 2 times. Then this shade right here I used once. Then this shade right here, this is the one I hit pan on. This I used 10 times. I don't know if you can see that pan. Ooh, there we go. There it is. There's the pan. I did mainly use this as a lower lash line color. There were some days that I used it all over the lid. What video was it where I wore it in a look all over the lid? I don't know. I will link it for you guys. That blue that was on my lids, that was this one. So 10 uses, not too bad to hit pan, but like I said, I did not say that. I used quite a small brush for placing it on my lower lash line, so that's why this pan is shaped like this, but it's fine. This shadow I used twice. Then moving on to the middle row, I used this one twice. I used this one 5 times, but I do have to say the last 2 times that I used it, it was also rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows. So for this project I used it 3 times, and then I started using it because it was in my Pan Those eyeshadows. And then these 2 shadows I used once. Then the bottom row I used this yellow once. This shimmery brown I used twice. Then the matte brown, is it a brown? Yeah. Matte light brown I used once, and then the darker brown matte I used twice. I did not get a whole lot of use out of this palette for this project it was enough. I only needed to use all of the shadows once, so that's good. I did that. I was sort of thinking that I was going to use this palette a little bit more, but I didn't really. And it's fine, it's fine. I don't know why. I don't know what was keeping me from using this palette more, because I do really love this color story. I am in love with this yellow. It's like a darker yellow. I don't know how to describe it. I love it so much, so I'm very surprised I only used it once. But it is what it is. Maybe it's because I was also working on my level 2 palette, and my level 2 palette has a lot of yellows and oranges in it. So I will show you what that one looks like. This is my palette. Now this one I didn't use as much as the Summer Vibes palette. My main focus was completing level 1 before level 2, if that makes sense. But because I was very early filming last month's update, I wanted to give myself some extra time, or like fill that extra time if I would be done quickly with my level 1, that I could move on to level 2. So I did use the palettes together in conjunction, and I've been really loving my very tropical looks. You may have seen my Get Ready With Me from last month. I'm not even really sure. Last 2 months. I love my yellows and pinks and oranges. I've strayed away from them today for a purple look, which I also really like, but nothing beats orange, yellow and pink in my opinion. So this palette was perfect. I did not use it as much. Again, I'm gonna stick the sticky note on the back so I can read it. So the first row, this pink and this pink I used once. Then this shimmery yellow I used 3 times. This already had a pan. And then this yellow I used 2 times. This also already has a pan. Had a pan. Then moving down, this matte pink I used once. The shimmery pink I used 3 times. It's potential shadow that I could hit pan on. Then this very hot pink I used twice. This sort of shimmery, what is that? Red watermelon I used once. Then moving down, this very bright reddy orange I used twice. Then this more muted version I used twice. Then this bronzy red shimmer I used twice. And then this very, very bright yellow I used once. And then the last row, this very hot pink I used once. This shimmery neutral, it's like a nudie brown I used twice. This matte reddish brown I used twice. And then this pink shimmer I used once. And this already also had a pan. So, no pans in this project yet. This palette already had the 3 pans that you saw, so I haven't hit any pans yet. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shadows that I still need to use 1 time to complete my usage goal, and then I have to hit 2 pans. So the shadows that I still have to use are these 3 pinks, that hot pink, this yellow, this, what is it, pink to blue, and then what was the other one? There was one more, right? Oh yeah, this shimmery red pink, whatever that color is. So I think usage goal wise, that's doable. A lot of these shadows that I still have to use really pair nicely together. Like I could easily use these 3 pinks in one look together with probably this shimmery pink and this shimmery pink, red, whatever you want to call it. So that won't be a problem. hitting pan. So the shadows that now have the most usage, like visible usage, are the 3 shimmers that are in the middle. So this sort of pinky, this red coppery one, and then that brown nude one. I'm not really sure if those are going to be the ones that I'm going to hit pan on. I would love to hit pan on a matte, but I do know myself the shimmers are just easier to hit pan on, so there's a very big possibility that I would just go the easy route and hit pan in 3 shimmers and then call it done for this palette. But we're not close to that in any way, shape or form. So this one is staying in. We are gonna continue to work on my level 2 palette. Now, I was thinking before filming this, I wasn't gonna roll in a new palette. Normally I work on 1 at a time. I was early last time, so I rolled in 2. I'm fairly early this time, but I have a long ways to go, so I was like, I'm not gonna overwhelm myself, but I'm gonna have 2 weeks off. I'm gonna have a lot of freedom to do whatever I want with my makeup. And I have some palettes left that I still need to complete no palette behind on. So I'm gonna roll in a level 3 palette. It's not gonna be an easy one. I just know it's gonna be quite difficult for me. But this palette has kind of a mix of still, in my opinion, very summery colors, but also some darker, more fall colors. So if it takes me long to complete it, then I have something to take me into fall. Obviously, I'm not by far ready for fall. Like, summer hasn't even really started here. Today is a good day. Today we have lots of sunshine and it's quite warm. The rest of the week is gonna be rain again. The rest of next week is gonna be rain again. I don't know what's going on. I'm obviously hoping that the predictions are wrong and we're gonna have a lot of sunshine, but so far it's been minimal and not too great. So maybe this palette will be nice for the gloomy rainy days, even though it's July or August and we should be having summer weather. So the palette that I'm gonna roll in, again, I'm not gonna randomize this time. I'm sorry if you like that or you prefer that. I'm handpicking this one. I am gonna roll in my Mica Beauty Shop Serpent palette. Now, my Mica Beauty Shop Peacock Feathers palette was my level 4 last round. That was scary to be working on that palette, but I loved every second of it. So I'm sure I'm gonna love working on this one as well. This is what that palette looks like. So we have 15 shades in here. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, 15 shades in here. I already have 3 pans. So this shimmer has a pan, this shimmer has a pan, and that shimmer has a pan. This shimmer is currently in my project for pan those eyeshadows, my project pan those eyeshadows. That's what it is. So this one I will not be able to hit pan on in this project. I'm hoping I will hit pan in it through pan those eyeshadows. So we're gonna be working on this palette. Like I said, it has a nice variety of more summery and fall-ish shadows. Like these, oh my gosh, these greens, like acidy greens, stunning. Venom is one of my favorite shadows in this palette. And then there's a more lighter brown, which can work nicely, and a good orange. Look at it, almost matches my nails. Orange, very nice for summer still. Then down here, the pinks will be nice for summer still. And then the more mauvey red tones, and then darker green, that will work really nicely for more fall type looks. And then this purple can either really work for fall combined with the orange, very Halloweeny, or it can still help me through summer with some of the pinks. So all in all, I just think this is gonna be a good choice to be working on. It's not gonna be easy. I know. I don't have 3 shimmers to hit pan on. Oh, I do. What am I saying? Okay, so there's 2 shimmers. This is a more chunky shimmer, and this one. Those will be probably easy to hit pan on. I'm not really sure about this one, but that pink one is very soft, so that would be an easy one to hit pan on. I've worked on Antidote before. It's so funny because you guys can see it as a like bronzy red. If I look at it, it's a green, like a yellow green. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys. Are you supposed to show that in a mirror? Oh, there you go. Look, can you see it in the mirror up there? It's like a green, but then when you look at it like this, it's a red. It's so cool. I really like that shadow, but it is very firmly pressed, so it might be a difficult one to hit pan on. I may be able to hit pan on one of the mattes. I mean, I'm very much drawn to this shimmer matte right here, which is called Forewarning. Honestly, it's stunning. I love it. All in all, I can just go on about this palette, but we'll have to see how it goes, what my opinions are on all of the shadows and which ones I would want to use and which ones I would want to hit pan on. So that will be it for this video. Oof, I've talked for way too long. I'm gonna let you go. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.